evening, and welcome to the NFL Roundtable Talks. I have my good friend Will Vogel with me. This is the channel, Kneecap Biting with the Detroit Lions. I am smoking Jeremy B. I have a few more guys popping in. Yeah, I spelled Dine instead of done. I know I blew that one. But that being said, what a great weekend of football we had. I ended up 9-7 overall. I count a tie as a loss.
I would too.
All right, let's get into these. Brian Cushing comes in and says, "Hi, guys. James Burgess. Aaron Rodgers blew his kneecap because he was still short a kneecap from last January. Absolutely. What's up, gents?" And Dan Leonard says, "Good evening, JB. Yeah, the news came out the next day that it wasn't Achilles. I knew it already because I saw a picture where his calf was bunched up. And it, it, it was a travesty to see that happen because the only thing I wanted Aaron Rodgers to do was make the Jets relevant again, and he's not. And look, lo and behold, it's DC.
Hi guys, welcome to
Hi,
the Cigar
DC.
Lounge.
Ken Ballrick comes in, smoking dad, saying, "Hey, hey, hey." And Braden Dennis says, "Barry statue is getting unveiled on the 16th of September. That's awesome."
Yep.
I
JJ,
would want to
LOL,
be there.
Davis. Not one single NSM quarterback ranking had Goff ahead of Daniel Jones. Experts? What? Yeah, they're wrong. Now, Mac Jones, I get because he threw for 316 yards. He actually had a, a decent showing, even though they lost against Philly. But Daniel Jones being ahead of Goff in stats? No.
Never.
And Zega says, Abe Lucas on IR. Their other tackle, Cross, probably not playing either. Hutch is about the feast. They did sign Jason Peters for Seattle. So that's who's going to be taking over for the one position, but he is basically a corpse compared to what they have.
Yeah,
And doesn't know the offense.
yeah.
And James Burgess asks, DC, did you spike the drinks in Baltimore last week? They're dropping like flies.
That
Oh,
wasn't me. I may or may not know who did that, but that was not me. I'm innocent on that account.
hey, I might be able to see.
Yeah, Dobbins hurt again. No shit.
Yep, Dobbins is out.
Jesus
Lamar
Christ.
looks like he's playing on one leg again.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah, no, you called that
Call
one.
me surprised.
Uh, yeah, Abe. Yeah, both tackles are hurt in Seattle. I think Hutch and Houston are going to have a field day getting to Geno Smith, which I predicted in the offseason. Was he a one-year wonder, or is he going to go back to the Geno Smith that played in New York? We saw he played like Geno Smith in New York last week.
Not
Oh,
with
yeah.
that. Well,
Especially with
with
the
that offensive
soundbite
line,
of hit. Go
that's
ahead.
it.
With the
No, I
injuries
mean,
that were on that Rams roster, I thought there was no way in hell they were winning that game. I got that wrong.
I'm still laughing at the Geno Smith soundbite where freaking Aaron Donald's trucking over. Oh my God, he throws it on the ground. I love that soundbite.
Yeah, Seattle's going to have to run 50 times and mostly up the gut. I think this is the game you see Bugs and Broderick Martin not a healthy scratch because they're better run stuffers.
yep. Might not see a Cora be a scratch either.
Yeah, but Charles Harris is actually decent in the run game. I mean, I know he had a low PFF grade, but he was held most of that game just like Hutch. It's
No, but I mean,
amazing how many holds that O line got away with.
Oh,
with
so
two,
many.
Donkey Kong comes in with his usual Super Bowl or bust. Jack Campbell should have had plenty of snacks. Yeah, he should. The more concerning thing for Seattle is they couldn't even pressure the Rams O line. Stafford wasn't touched. Yeah, and they have a
yep.
an abysmal. When you look at their starting roster,
No,
who would start on any other team other than two
you,
guys?
you say abysmal, I say piss poor. I mean,
It,
their offensive line sucks.
I'm
It's
trying to
about as
clean
bad
up
as
my
Seattle's.
act. Come on now.
Why? We're
Because
not
I can.
modernized.
Because I can.
Oh, Mr. High and Mighty here.
And you can be whoever you want to be because I believe in free speech. If you want to say fuck it, say fuck it.
Hey, I try to be a better person every day than I was the next day or the last day. So there you go.
Right. That's it. Yeah, Steph looked like he was only 33 again. He is 33, isn't he?
He's been 33 for 10 years
It seems like it. You know, I'm
or
amazed he
20.
was able to be as good as he was because, his neck is held together with staples and duct tape and his back has been flex steeled together.
Yeah, I wish for his health he'd retire. I mean, I don't want to see him get killed on that offensive line and
Well,
be fucked
luckily,
up forever. He's made
luckily he
enough
didn't get
money.
sacked, so we didn't have to worry about it. So on
Yep.
to the next game that they'll lose. No.
Yep.
But in other news, Uh, there was another J.C. Horn went down for the Panthers, and he's going to miss some significant time. I believe he's going on the 8-week IR. Isn't that right, Will?
Gee.
Sounds about right. Yes.
What was the injury? Do you know exactly?
No
Or did
one
it
really
just say another
knows.
lower leg injury, which
It
could
was
be
all
anything?
they said was lower leg, which doesn't make me happy because
Which could
it's
be
non-stiff.
Achilles, it could be a calf strain, it could be a knee, it could be any of that. If
Like
it's PCL, it could be as little as 6 weeks, but because they only have 4, 8, and season-long designations, it'll be 8 weeks out.
Oh,
yep.
But
that
that's a
sounds like
huge blow
hockey.
to the secondary. You guys couldn't afford. I don't think you got anybody of his caliber to replace him, do you?
The only guys I can think of in the backfield, but they're not the caliber, are
Farley?
Dante Jackson and who's the
Isn't
guy?
Caleb Farley
CJ
the other one?
Henderson.
Yes, Henderson, and you got Caleb Farley too, don't you?
Nope, that's
No,
not
oh,
us.
or is that Jacksonville?
That's Tennessee.
Tennessee has him. Oh, okay. I thought they.
Yeah, no, that's I like our front defense and our linebackers, but once it gets to the secondary, man,
The other
we're gonna
biggest
get
injury that
torched.
happened was all the Chicago Bear fans that predicted that Green they'd walk over Green Bay. All of them are crying all week long.
And they still will until they play again.
I think most of them are going into witless protection because they haven't came back out on the show to say anything.
Nope.
Until they lose again.
Yeah, I don't even remember who they play again this week, but I don't care. I'm not a Bears fan.
Well,
Not many of them.
Chicago has to go to Tampa Bay.
That's gonna be a toss-up.
Tampa Bay looked surprising yet last week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't
They
believe
looked
that
really damn good.
Zake was absolutely right. The thing that Seattle couldn't even pressure Stafford, that was huge.
So we're gonna fuck them up. Jesus Christ.
James Burgess says Chicago Bears are reporting that Pride is being on the season IR.
Yeah, probably. It's always on this season, IR.
No, their Pride.
Yeah,
Chicago
it
Bears
is
fans'
always on
Pride
this
is on the
season
season
long.
IR. Oh, here's Chris. Fantastic.
What up,
There you are,
Chris?
Chris. Oh man, we're just talking a little bit about the injuries that happened over this week. Luckily, the biggest win for me, other than beating
Some
the
technical
Kansas City Chiefs,
difficulties.
is we came out of that pretty much unscathed. I mean, Taylor Decker tweaked his ankle, so they've been resting him all week. He played the whole game with it, so it isn't he's hurt, he's not injured. So they put him in the boot to go home just to protect it on the plane.
Yep.
And I think resting him is the right thing to do because if he was able to play the whole game, he's hurt, not injured.
I agree.
And Taylor Decker's always hurt, so and he's
Not
still better
really.
than most left tackles in the league. Well, right now is, and Decker always seems to have an injury coming up. When was it? Yeah, Sewell's first year he was out, so they needed to move Sewell out. I mean, Decker being completely 100% healthy would probably be among, if maybe the best left tackle in the league. He's just never been that healthy. But still,
Smoking Dad
Papa
says,
Taylor
"Hey
Decker's
Chris."
better than the rest of them.
So Chris, how's life in the great state of Cheddarheads?
I'm small Lions.
I know you are, but I just said, how is it in that state?
I'm ready to get my ski
No, no, no.
mask.
James Burgess, I never want to see Big V play right tackle again because he played it so poorly in 2020 and 2021. Never. I don't ever want to see him at right tackle again.
No, he won't be
Don't you
right
guys
tackle. He'll
remember?
be
He was
left
worse
tackle.
than a subway turnstile.
Yep, he'll
He
be
got
left
more
tackle,
turns than a
not right
screen door
tackle.
doorknob. I want to see what Sorsdal can do. I would rather plug Sorsdal in at guard if you're going to plug somebody in at guard. But in all actuality, call up that Corey Gaynor. No, no, no. You forgot. We got Corey Gaynor on the practice squad still.
Yep.
I would call up Corey Gaynor because he was a tackle and a guard.
Mhm.
I'm sure both of them will get snaps.
I would like to see, but I think Decker's going to play.
Oh no, I mean I'd rather see them be us ahead enough where we can get both of them snaps and
I,
not
I,
have to
I
worry
would
about taking
rather them
Decker out.
move Brock Wright to tackle than play Matt Nelson.
Might not be a bad idea. I mean, is there a limit to how many times you can call tackle eligible? I've
um,
never heard if there is one, but I
no, there
mean,
isn't. You just have to announce it prior to them lining up.
yeah, I mean, if he lined up every play and called tackle eligible, shit, I mean, Brad Johnson could have fun with
And
that.
that is why we kept Nelson over Ifedi. Ifedi came out one time in the second half during the preseason trying to be the extra tackle receiving eligible, and he couldn't execute the swing tackle. And yes, James Burgess backed me up. You can call it every play, just got to tell the zebras.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
knew if there. I figured you could. I just didn't know if there
Oh,
was
we
a
got
limit
another
or
one
a
in here.
cap to
I
it
just
or
heard a
something.
beep. Who we got? We got Jordan. And we got
Jordan.
KG's number one
All right,
fan.
Jordan.
Would that be Dom?
Sorry.
Yes, it would.
A good guess. I couldn't see you.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
D9.
dark as
Not
hell in my
KG's.
car, so I'm just gonna turn off the camera.
hey, are you a Jets fan again?
Sort of.
I love that.
Hey, even though Aaron Rodgers is on the team, he's out for the year.
Yep.
Hey, they
Yep.
should
So
call
he can
Jordan as
so
the
he can
QB.
fake retire and go to the Vikings.
No, because they changed that. Remember, if you retire while under contract, you have to go back to the team you came from
Yeah.
that you were under
Really?
contract with.
He'll find a way. It's Aaron Rodgers. Plus, that's how they get Justin Jefferson to stay.
2.0.
I think he's done. A blown Achilles at 39. When you're in your 20s, it takes a year to recover from.
There's no way he's coming back.
You know what's crazy, Jeremy? I was just thinking about it because I saw an article like the other day. I mean, like I didn't forget, but like right when it happened, all of us instantly should have been like, "Oh, there goes that Jets turf," claiming another,
But they had already changed it to grass this season.
uh,
They were required to by the NFL.
oh, it is grass.
Yep.
Yep. And
It can be worse than Baltimore.
Ooh, James Burgess says, open question to one and all. Now remember, this did come from one of the Clickbait Sports Lions pages, so I take it with a grain of salt. Open question to one and all. What would Teddy B fetched from the Jets now? Personally, I doubt it's worth our insurance policy, but it's not worth it. The best we'd get is a fourth or fifth rounder. That's not good enough to give up your insurance policy if your starter goes down. There's a free
I'd say
agent out there
seventh
they could
round.
sign, and and I think it would be probably very good for him. And Will brought him up. Colt
Colt
McCoy.
McCoy. Yeah,
Yep.
like you're the
I got-
Cardinals. Why do you move on from Colt McCoy? Like Colt McCoy helped you win football games last year.
Yeah,
I got a better one for you.
I don't know
I can't
about
remember
that.
what Lions page it was. I saw it posted in the Facebook group, James.
I think I agree. I think it's Colt McCoy or no
I got
one.
hey, I got a couple better ones for you. Why don't the Jets sign Carson Wentz?
That was one I heard was one of the finalists actually, Jordan.
It was heavy.com.
Or
Heavy.com.
the other option is, how about trade like a 6th round pick for Davis Mills?
I think they should trade for either Davis Mills or Matt Corral.
Or Bailey.
Well,
Zapps.
Matt Corral's
No,
a
they
free
wouldn't
agent.
do in division. Forgot.
Because they do got the beige water pistol at Carolina.
No,
Yes, we
Matt
do.
Matt Corral's a free agent, Jeremy.
Oh, they did waive him too, didn't they?
Oh, we moved.
Yeah, because he was on the Patriots roster and he's going through some mental health stuff, so that he asked for release.
Was Matt Corral the one with the 7,000 injuries in college?
Oh, Dan Leonard just sent me a message and said, please put it out there that his Giants suck.
We already did.
Breaking
You didn't
news.
really have to. The Cowboys defense made sure you knew about it after 2 pick sixes and 7 sacks on Mac Jones. I did watch a podcast, The Edge, which is Micah Parsons' podcast, talking about being on defense. And he said, I'm kind of upset with the coaching staff of the Giants because after he was sacked the first 5 times in 3 quarters, I'd have pulled him.
Hey,
yeah.
the Giants had a better chance of winning that game with their own defense being on the field.
The Giants had a better chance of winning that game if the plane would have crashed on the way to New York. I'm sorry. Reference back to 1970 with the Marshall team. Patty Grimes says, what's up? James Rue says, I think the news is kind of out there on the Giants. All right.
Hey, don't you guys think that Rodgers injury is fucked up? It was on 9/11.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. Got some road.
Get out here.
Just a second.
What's up, Jordan?
I said it's kind of fucked up. Aaron Rodgers' career is going to end on 9/11.
Yeah.
His career ends on 9/11 as his last completed pass was to somebody in a Lions jersey by the name of Kirby Joseph.
Yep.
Listen, and until it doesn't happen, he's a Viking next year.
Say what?
Until it doesn't happen, he's a Viking next year.
He might not even be ready. He might not even be ready to play next year.
He won't be.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't gonna be
Hatters
ready.
House 710 says, what's up, fellas? And fuck Green Bay. Love it.
I agree with that statement.
He
James
won't have
Burgess-
to be ready.
James Burgess comes in and says, Dabble should be sued for malpractice. The owner should put him on notice. It was beyond pathetic by some order of magnitude.
Oh, it was terrible. Especially for a Sunday night game where we expected it to be a good game between two rivals. That was horrible.
How did Bryce Young look?
He didn't
looked-
look awful. He looked okay.
he looked
I
decent.
know their offensive line was dealing with some
Can't
crap in the
can't get the
As a
ball to the
Panther
wideouts because they
Yeah.
don't have any.
That's the best part is the Jets lost with the Aaron Rodgers going down because he had to play 70% of his games. They lost their conditional first-round pick. It is now a second-round pick.
Yep.
So
That is something the Green Bay fans should be crying about.
Yep.
Because they basically gave Rodgers away and getting much less in return now.
But Jordan, what I was gonna say is he played decent. He made some good throws. His 2 interceptions were really bad. They were both towards Jesse Bates. It was a learning game.
Well, the one was Jesse Bates reading it right. Don't undersell the fact that Jesse Bates read that and jumped the
Oh,
route.
he's great, Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my Smoking Dad says, personally, I've always liked McCoy since watching him at Texas.
Yep.
James Burgess says, at Ken Ballrick, McCoy is like 4-3 as a starter, backing up Kyler last few years, and not bad for a backup. I've said all along he's one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league.
If,
It was him and
you know
Chad
what's
Henne,
crazy?
actually.
So the Jets O line, based on optics, looks bad because Rodgers got hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 of those 5 O linemen were first round picks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're calling you out, Mekhi Becton.
Yep. You know
I
who
like him.
else the Jets
I
should
don't
try
like
to
him.
call?
Have you watched him? He's not good.
You know who else the Jets should call is Taylor Heineke.
Who'd he even sign with? Is he a free
He's
agent?
with the Falcons behind Ritter.
Oh, so the
They're not
starter by
letting
week
him go.
5.
Yes.
Who's Carolina's backup?
Dalton and then
The aforementioned beige water pistol.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to what's the guy that backed up Dallas Cowboys last year?
Cooper Rush?
Cooper Rush.
He's
Yeah,
still
where's
Free
he
there.
at?
agent.
Still there, isn't
Cooper
he?
Rush.
No, free
Is
agent.
he still there?
There
Free
you
agent.
go. There you go. Jets can sign him.
That would be the-
So who's Dallas's backup then?
Trey Lance.
Oh, that's
Trey
right.
Lance.
Jets should pursue Jameis Wilson.
Oh no,
Winston.
Jameis's
Hey,
career is
hey, you know what would be the
done.
most funniest thing? The
What?
Jets straight.
Hey, I thought Trey Lance was Jaguars.
Wait, what about the Jags?
Y'all hear me? I thought Trey Lance was Jaguars.
No,
he's
Dallas.
Cowboys.
Damn.
No, I thought he played for the Jaguars before he went to the Cowboys.
No, Frisco.
He's
Patty
thinking
Grimes
of
says
Trevor Lawrence.
Green Bay bar was offering free drinks with the Aaron Rodgers loss. Then he went down. Then Zach Wilson bring them back for win. Now people have to pay the bar tab. It was a tie. It wasn't a win. It wasn't a loss. It was a meh.
You know
That
what?
was funny, but all those people had to pay their bar tab when they thought they were getting drinks for free.
You know, it'd be
Fuck them.
funny.
They live in New York. They can afford it.
You know, it'd be
No,
funny.
it was a Green Bay.
Oh, that's even funnier.
You know, it'd be funny if the Jets traded for Sam Darnold back.
That would be pretty funny.
Hey, we'll give you a 3rd round pick, San Francisco, for Sam Darnold.
Back.
Did you guys see when Aaron Rodgers went down, his Achilles or calf area just popped?
Yeah,
That was crazy.
that picture that I saw when it was circled, that picture right there is what told me that it was his Achilles immediately. You remember I said that before the report even came out. I said, that's an Achilles. I know because I could show you guys the scar, but I don't want to. I have the scar from having my Achilles surgically repaired. Keegan X says, as of right
no
now, the
thanks.
Cowboys website, Cooper Rush is the backup and Lance is the 3rd string. No, they should trade for Cooper Rush.
Oh, Cooper Rush is on Dallas then. Wow.
I think I think the Jets are essentially, although they shouldn't, like you kind of like to assume they're punting the rest of the season, but their defense is really good.
Right.
I was surprised they didn't draft a quarterback in the draft this year anyway.
Why would they do that again?
Wilson didn't do that bad. I mean, Wilson won the game for him.
They didn't win. They tied.
They tied, but yeah, I mean, and
But
Wilson
did make it so they didn't lose.
Yeah, he didn't have 4 turnovers like the goofball on the other sideline.
I was gonna say who's the next who's Sam Darnold 3.0? That's who the Jets draft.
Well, I was gonna say it could have been Hendon Hooker. I thought they would take him.
Cowboys ain't trading Cooper Rush. Dak is not Iron Man and won't save the future for mankind.
What
No, no way.
Nice Black Sabbath
Right.
reference.
Oh yeah.
Well, guys, are we ready to talk the rest of the week here?
Yep.
Sure. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, until they win a game, I'm not picking them again because I did try to pick them last week.
Chicago.
No,
Who are you talking about?
I think he's gonna go
the
Kansas
week
one
City.
that did the goose egg,
game by game.
Who?
the one that put up a goose egg.
Oh, the
Oh, the
Giants.
Giants.
Carson Wentz is possibly there for Jets, and also there is a funny rumor that they called Colin. No,
Oh,
Colin Kaepernick called them.
Called them.
I was gonna say, if they called Colin
Wow.
Kaepernick, then Jets
Tomorrow,
owner racist confirmed.
Hey, did you guys see
tomorrow.
the? Did you guys hear about the rumors about the Jets messing around with Tom Brady?
Yeah, I heard
yes.
about that.
Yeah.
But
Sweet.
anyways,
I'd love to see him die on the field on that turf.
Patty Grimes says Matt Stafford to the Jets.
No.
That would be a move that makes sense. They'd never do it.
Hey, Matt Stafford's second in passing yards.
I know. Okay. Tomorrow night in the city of brotherly love, we have the Minnesota Vikings going on to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Who you got, Will?
Eagles in a heartbeat.
Chris?
Eagles.
Jordan?
The Philly cheesesteak.
All right. Canine's biggest fan?
I was gonna say, I dare someone to give me any reason that Minnesota wins that game. It's a trick question. No reason
Right.
exists. Yeah, it's Philly.
Dan?
Philly's going to win. There are Vikings fans out there that will tell you they're going to lose. It's Philly.
DC?
Vikings. Just kidding, Philly.
Who's about to say, who are you?
I would say, wow.
Just kidding.
I love how
had
these
to do it.
Vikings fans.
I had to do it.
I love how
Yeah.
these Vikings fans try to act like primetime Cousins isn't a thing anymore just because he finally won a playoff game.
He didn't win a playoff game.
A couple of years ago, he won one. Didn't he?
No. He lost.
No. Okay,
No.
wait.
He did.
The only
Beat the
reason
Saints
they
a couple
tied
years
is
ago.
because Case Keenum completed that miracle pass to Stephon Diggs, remember?
Yeah, but he won. They won one after that against the Saints.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
the game I'm talking about. Case
No, but-
Keenum came in relief because he was hurt.
Yeah, but I'm saying the game before they won a playoff game since then. is what I'm
in
saying.
New Orleans.
Right. Yep.
They beat New Orleans twice in the last few years. In the last
I mean,
like 5-6
it's
years.
the
In the
it's
last
the
7
Saints
years,
for-
maybe.
It's the
Yeah,
Saints.
they
for
beat New
God's
Orleans
sake.
twice.
But they couldn't beat the team that we beat in the regular season.
But they couldn't beat the Giants last year.
The Cardinals without Kyler Murray could have beat the Giants.
Now, Lerner might actually agree with that.
For a second there,
the Cardinals might be better without Kyler Murray than with him.
this past weekend, I actually thought Josh Dobbs might get the Cardinals a win until they didn't.
No. The Ethiopian alien couldn't win.
Yeah, I know.
Alien.
It was
Hey,
looking
don't
like
make
it for
fun
a
of that
second.
man. He has a condition.
Called the
Okay,
Ethiopian alien.
I'm taking the Eagles, and the Vikings are going to hold up the basement.
Team meal has to be funny with an Ethiopian alien. Jesus Christ. Okay, go ahead.
Next on Sunday at 11 a.m. Boy, they're doing games early.
Wait, 11 a.m.
That's what it says here. It must
No.
be
Is that
Mountain
London?
Time. That's why I got a Mountain Time chime.
Oh.
There you go.
Let's say I don't
Okay,
think there's
1
early
p.m.
games.
Eastern. Green Bay at Atlanta.
Ooh,
Who
that'd be
you
a good
got,
one.
DC?
Falcons.
Dan?
Packers.
Dom?
Trying to remember off the top of my head, like if if the Packers' run defense is anything better than average. Falcons.
Jordan?
Packers.
Michael Huck says FTP. I'll take Atlanta. They are better than most people think. Sadly, so is Jordan Love.
Yep.
My dad takes the Cheeseheads. Chris? You taking the fail cans or you taking the Fudge Packers?
Shoot. I'm just gonna take the field can.
Fail cans, okay. Well,
Packers can't stand those
as much
failed
as I hate to
cans.
say it, I'm taking Green Bay too.
Is that in Atlanta?
It's in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Yeah. I thought you took Atlanta already.
Me?
I did.
No.
I'll say this: Atlanta's O line better figure something out as far as pass protection goes, because they look like shit this past week.
Yeah, they did.
Touche.
Ritter at one point of the game early at -11 passing.
Yep.
Pass protection was never in the game plan.
No, they're supposed to run the ball, run it some more, and then run it again.
Yeah.
But we got the city of lost wages traveling to Buffalo, New York to face the interception king, Josh Allen. Who you got, Will?
Josh Allen, he redeems himself. No picks.
Chris? Taking Bills or the Raiders?
Me?
I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Chris?
I'm gonna take the
Dan?
Raiders.
I got you.
I will also take the Raiders.
Dom.
That's in Buffalo?
Yeah.
Still taking the Raiders. It's borderline panic mode with Bills Mafia.
Jordan.
Bills by 3.
DC?
51% Bills, 49% Raiders. I would not be surprised at all if the Raiders win this game.
Is that who you're taking?
I'm taking the Bills, but I'm not going to be surprised if the Raiders win. I mean, it's going to be a dogfight, and the Raiders could easily steal this game.
I got
But the
Buffalo
Bills
winning,
should
but
win.
that is a great point, James Burgess. Yeah, West Coast to East Coast, and yes, I still have Buffalo missing the playoffs.
No. Oh, because Josh Allen gets hurt?
No, because Josh Allen continues to throw interceptions. But anyways, next up we got the MASH unit that is the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Cincinnati. Who you got, DC?
I'm going to get shot if I say anything else other than Baltimore. I'm living in Baltimore. I mean, I'm sitting right here in downtown. I can't say anything else, but it's going to be a hell of a game.
Big Dan?
I'm going to say Baltimore, too. I don't know how the hell they lost to the frickin' Browns, but yeah, Baltimore, even with the MASH unit.
Dom.
No way the Bengals go 0-2. And Dan, the answer to your question is Burrow was held under 100 passing yards.
Makes sense.
Cleveland is legit.
Hey, one thing you can say about Joe Burrow, he may be great against Mahomes in the regular season. He's total booty cheeks versus Cleveland. He's 1-5.
Yep.
Jordan?
Bengals are going to be 0-2 in division.
Wow. Chris Smith?
I'm gonna take those.
Well?
Cincy.
I'm taking Cincy also.
Thank you to the smart people that picked Cincinnati.
Yeah, the same smart people that picked them last week too, right?
Yep.
I did not pick them last week.
I did.
Most people did.
Next up,
Who
LA
was the
Chargers.
only running back that looked like he was in midseason form last week? Oh, that was Nick Chubb.
LA Chargers travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Who you got, Will?
Oh God, who cares?
Bolts. Oh,
Chris?
Okay. Who you say again? Sorry about that, my internet.
Chargers versus Titans.
I think the Titans, they gonna have the other by then.
Big Dan.
Chargers this week.
Dom.
Ty, who cares? Chargers don't travel well, and they are chargering to start the season, so they lose again.
Titans are home there, James Burgess. But Jordan.
Chargers, and Ryan Tannehill is no longer the quarterback after this week. He throws another 3 interceptions, and the Will Levis air starts next week.
Oh yeah, Levis and Butthead.
Yep.
For a week, and then they bring in Malik Willis.
DC.
Malik Willis.
oh, DC.
DC, you there?
Oh, DC. I thought you said Big D. Oh yeah. I'm going for the Chargers because my fantasy team needs both Williams and Allen to get
You
100
can't
yards.
do that.
And welcome to the show, the Chicken Nugget King. He's here.
Yo!
What's going on, fellas?
Okay, let me get you caught up on the Pick Ems.
Hey, why not?
Minnesota at Philly. Who you got?
I'm going with the Philly cheesesteaks.
I was going to
Green
say,
Bay
please
at
say
Atlanta.
Minnesota.
Pardon again?
Green Bay at Atlanta.
Falcons.
Raiders versus Bills.
I'm going with the Raiders.
Ravens at Bengals.
Ravens at Bengals.
Yep.
Okay, I'll take Ray Lewis for 500. Alex Trebek.
Chargers at Titans.
Chargers are gonna have a field day with the Titans.
Chicago at Tampa Bay is where we're at now, and we'll start with you, Chicken Nugget.
Man, please have a field day with the Bears. Baker Mayfield, that's all I ask of you. Please have a field day with the Bears.
So you're taking the Bucks, right?
Yep.
All right. DC,
Bucks.
Dan, Big Dan,
Tampon Bay will win this one.
That's at Tampa.
Hey, Dan, why are you telling people I wear tampons now? Leave tampons out of this.
Hey. Don was trying to speak there.
That game's at Tampa.
You taking the Bears? It's at Tampa.
Hell no. The Bears' losing streak continues.
All right. That's what I wanted to hear. Jordan.
One of the quarterbacks with Field in their name.
Well, Baker Mayfield fields.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield. The Bucks are going to win.
Chris?
Going with the Bucks.
Will.
Tampa Bakers.
May he play well on the field, Baker Mayfield, Tampa Bay, because I want to see the Bears go 0-17.
Wait, did everybody just pick Tampa Bay?
We all just clean sweep it.
Yes, indeed. Tampa Bay is definitely winning that one.
To win a game at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, to quote the video
Tampa
that I posted in the
winning
Motor
that
City
one.
Kneecap Biters, We got the Shenang Dong Chicken Chiefs going to play the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We all knew who we're picking in this one because we know Mahomes and
Will.
Reed start 0-2.
Oh, do
I
we?
think it's going to be a hard fought game.
Wait a minute.
But you
What teams?
convinced me pre-game.
KC at Jacksonville.
Oh
I
my
got
God.
I got
Oh no.
I got Jackson Vegas.
Chris? Chris, you're up.
I gotta go with Key.
Big Dan.
I'll take KC to rebound and go 1-1.
Dom.
KC is going 0-2. Travis Etienne had almost 100 yards last week. Calvin Ridley shows no signs of rust. That's maybe the number one offense in the league.
All right, Jordan.
The Queefs.
The Queefs. DC.
Chiefs. We beat Jacksonville by how much last year?
That don't matter. They were a playoff team. We weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah. We still
Remember
blew them
that
off the
the best
goddamn
two
turf.
quarterbacks the
We
second
were a
half of
better
the
team.
season were Trevor Lawrence and Jared Goff.
Yep. And yeah, they don't stand a chance against the Chiefs.
All right. Chicken Nugget.
I'm gonna go with Trevor Lawrence with the good hair.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I am calling for Sunshine to show up like I remember the Titans, but he plays for the Jaguars. I'm calling for the Jags to win.
Oh, that ended up being split more than I thought.
I took the Jags. Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm saying. 3 of us did.
Mm-hmm. We got the hapless Colts going on to take the hapless Texans in Houston.
Oh God.
Chicken Nugget, who you got?
Oh, man.
God, this is the toilet bowl, isn't it?
That was what was the other low scoring game where it was 1 point? Oh yeah, that was Raiders versus Broncos.
Oh yeah, this game is who?
This is Colts versus the Texans in Houston.
Oh my God, Anthony Richardson is gonna start that game. So I'm gonna go with the Colts. I'll give it a try. Colts.
Okay, DC.
Colts.
Wow. Dan.
I'll also pick the Colts.
Wow. This is more one-sided than I thought it would be through this part. Dom.
Wait, it's in Houston?
It's in Houston.
Is Jonathan Taylor going to play?
It doesn't matter. CJ Stroud doesn't handle pressure well. The Colts are going to win.
But CJ Stroud looked better passing than Anthony Richardson did.
And
don't matter if he can't handle pressure.
Isn't Richardson banged? I mean, he's definitely banged up, but is he slated to start?
Yeah.
Colts are going to.
I don't know. I mean, the over-under on this game is like 9 points.
19, but you're close.
I'm taking the Texans because they're at home. If the line isn't Houston -3, then I don't believe it.
Jordan.
Colts.
Chris.
Colts.
Will.
Texans.
I'm taking the Texans as well.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, Jeremy.
Then we got the San Francisco 49ers with that great defense going to beat up on Matthew Stafford and the Rams. That's my pick, 49ers. Who you got, Will?
Niners.
Chris?
Niners.
Jordan?
No Cooper Kupp.
No Cooper Kupp.
49ers.
Dom?
That's at SoFi.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Niners, and this might be where Stafford gets his career-ending injury.
Yeah, because Nick Bosa's going to crush him. But anyways, Big Dan.
It's going to be the Niners. Stafford won't have as much luck against that defense dropping bombs to that 5'9" midget wide receiver he's got. It's the Niners.
Oh, Tutu Atwell.
But
Yeah.
did you guys also see Cam Akers' stat line last week?
No.
Yeah.
He had like 22 carries for like 30 yards.
Oh, he's awful. But anyways, DC.
69ers.
Chicken nugget.
With Miss Doubtfire as the quarterback of the 49ers, yes, San Francisco will win 27-23.
And this might be the only time I'm ever going to say this. But yeah, the 49ers will win. But I'm going to start us off with this one. The New York Giants traveled to Arizona, and Arizona's so bad the Giants might actually win. I'm taking the Giants. Who you got, Chicken Nugget?
This is the actual toilet bowl.
This is the toilet bowl.
Yeah, now this is a toilet bowl game. Yeah, the Giants will win this one.
DC?
Zona.
Why?
Well, because they're playing
Because
at home,
Giants.
and the Giants are playing on the road, and
No.
Zona could pull this upset.
All right, Dan?
It's the Giants. I don't think Arizona wants to win a game. They don't got Kyler Murray. I think they want the number one pick. It's the Giants.
Dom?
Giants. And I don't understand why everyone is so low on the Giants. The Giants won a playoff game last year. Sure, it was against Minnesota.
Yeah, it was against Minnesota. Anyways,
But
Jordan?
yeah, Giants.
Patriots media, what do you got?
3-2 Cardinals.
3-2.
Baseball game, yay!
Hey, now that is a good score.
Hey, they're two baseball names too, the Cardinals and the Giants. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
Chris Smith, who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Cards because the Giants. That's gonna be that one game that the Cards supposed to lose, but they're gonna end up winning.
Will Vogel.
Giants.
They might be Giants. Yes, that's who I'm picking. All right, next up, the New York Jets at Dallas Cowboys. We'll start with Will.
Micah Parsons going to eat now that Aaron Rodgers is gone. Give me the Dallas Cowboys.
Because it is in Dallas. But, Chris.
The Cowgirls.
Jordan.
We know who's going to win this game. If Josh Allen threw 4 interceptions, imagine what Dak Prescott's going to throw against that defense. Give me the Jets.
Ooh, Dom.
Yes, and thank you, Jordan. Jets.
Big Dan.
I'm also going to take the Jets.
DC.
Jets.
Chicken Nugget.
For
Uh,
a bonus point.
Micah Parsons is definitely going to have an MVP type game. So yes, Dallas Cowboys.
I think it's the Cowboys, too.
Bonus question for 1 point. When, not if, Dallas loses, which excuse do they pull out of their Rolodex of excuses?
Bad coaching by Mike McCarthy. Dak did something boneheaded at the end of the game. Tony Pollard's not 100%.
Trayvon.
Lamb did his impersonation of a lamb on a spigot.
Trayvon
I will
Diggs got
accept
burned.
all of those answers.
Trayvon Diggs got burned.
So the sun came out?
Yeah, I would say Trayvon Diggs gets burned all the time. He just occasionally picks one off.
I liked him better the first time I saw him when his name was Dre Bly or Marcus Peters.
Marcus Peters is more correct.
Taller.
All right.
Dre Bly was the inch-high private eye.
Next up, I got to skip to the last game on Monday night because the other two guys are in this chat tonight. Cleveland at Schittsburg. Who you got, Will?
Pittsburgh.
Chris?
What?
Cleveland.
Jordan?
The Browns are going to take a dookie on Pittsburgh, too.
They're going to eat at that same taco buffet. But anyways, Dom?
Cleveland, but I also want an answer from Will as to how Pittsburgh could win this game. Oh, I was going to say this earlier. Did you guys see the quote from Trent Williams?
No.
Talking about, man, I hope Pittsburgh gets a first down because I'm getting tired.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was the fourth.
I got him winning because you got George Pickens, you got Najee Harris.
They had him last week, and it didn't help. But anyways,
you got a defense
and
going up against you.
And Pittsburgh got Kenny Pickett, who threw 3 interceptions. There you go. Perfect name.
Skinny Pickett.
Arnie hands.
All right, Big Dan, who you got?
Pickett.
Nick Chubb is going to pop his Chubb multiple times in Pittsburgh's end zone. It's Cleveland.
DC.
Cleveland.
Chicken Nugget.
I'm a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, so I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Not
I'm
alone.
going Cleveland.
Nah.
Ew. So
All
I
right.
mean, I'm gonna apologize to you again, Chicken Nugget King, about the Pirates.
Dom forever and
Don't hurt my heart now.
All
What's
right.
it like actually rearranging deck chairs of the Titanic?
Next up, the Sunday night game is the Miami Dolphins travel to New England where they have lots of success. Who do you got there, Chicken Nugget?
I'm gonna take Will Smith's going to Miami. Yeah, Miami Dolphins will win that game.
DC?
Dolphins.
Big Dan?
Dolphins.
Dom?
Much as it pains me to say, I'm going to pick the Patriots because they always had problems with them when they were the better team. Now that they're not, they beat them. And this Tua for MVP hype can stop.
I'm going to skip you for a second, Jordan. I'll let you go last this time. Chris?
I'm going with anybody that is opposing Fat Trisha. So I'm going with Miami.
Well, then you should have been picking Minnesota because Patricia's on that staff.
Is he really?
He's on the Eagles staff.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's their assistant defensive coordinator.
Didn't know that.
He went to the Eagles.
He went to the Eagles.
I thought he was still.
Darius Slay is not happy.
He had a pick 6 last week. He's all right.
Well, he's better now, but in camp and practices, he was not happy. That's for sure.
But anyways, you want the Finns? Is that what you're saying, Chris?
Yeah, I'm still with the Fins because I don't like Bill Belichick either. He need to be taken down.
You hate him because you ain't him. But anyways, Will Vogel.
I agree with Dom. Everything he said. Stop the MVP Tua talk. Give me the Patriots.
Don't tell that to John Shearer.
All right, Jordan. Let's get your take.
Do you guys know how many yards Tyreek Hill has averaged a game against the Patriots in his career?
Is it over 100?
54.
41 yards.
41 yards.
Ooh.
The Patriots are going to win because they'll shut down Tyreek Hill and take Tua's first read away. And here's another fun fact. Tua Tagovailoa is 4-0 versus the Patriots. That streak's going to end on Sunday.
Good.
That is why I'm picking Miami. I say the streak continues unless Matthew Judon gives him a concussion.
I'm going over the 41 yards for Tyreek Hill, but not much.
Then the guy that gets to go last this time will start at the bottom because it works out perfect. Carolina has to host the New Orleans Saints. Who do you got, Chicken Nugget?
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Yeah, I'll take them over the Carolina Panthers.
Big Dan?
I'm taking the Saints also. I don't trust midget Bryce Young yet. He's got to show me something.
Dom?
Saints.
Jordan?
The oldest defense in the NFL.
Saints. Gotcha. Anyways,
One of the best.
Chris Smith?
Saints.
Well,
And the only team with a legitimate quarterback.
We all know who my team is. I'm a Panthers fan, but
I know.
But I've got New Orleans.
I too, we got a clean sweep. I'm taking the Saints.
No one picked Carolina?
No one. Not even their own fan. Last but not least,
What did Bryce Young have, like 3 completions to wide receivers last week?
we got the team that can't get pressure on D, and both tackles are hurt. And they had to sign the corpse of Jason Peters to be their starting tackle on one side, and they got some other scrub on the other. We got the Seattle Sea Chickens coming in to face the Detroit Lions. Who do you got? Well,
Detroit.
Jordan.
Detroit.
All right, now I'm going to go around the Lions fans in the room. Chicken Nugget?
I got us taking a win out of that. We're gonna definitely beat the Seahawks Sunday.
Dom?
I can't decide.
I can't.
You know what? I'll take the Lions only because even though Kenneth Walker is way better than Rashad Penny is not playing.
Yes.
But be prepared.
I know.
If you want this one, you got to give up one of the next 2 or both.
Big Dan?
Oh, it's Detroit. They don't have any of their starting offensive tackles. I heard Jason Peters got hurt too, so they might not have him. So yeah, it's Detroit all day.
Chris? Mr. Smith?
Like LL Cool J?
I can't hear.
Hatter South 710 says Lions by 1,000,000. What'd you do? Put the Madden on rookie? But anyways, who are you picking, Chris? He might be froze.
I'm wondering, because I saw the line on Sunday move from either 3 or 3.5 to 5. But it started out as a toss-up because with evenly matched teams, Vegas always gives the home team 3 points.
Right. I got
the magic number is 296. Don't be mad when Kenneth Walker breaks that rushing record.
Yeah, Chris had to bounce out, so he'll be back. But I'm taking the Lions. I just from what I've seen, I don't see how the Lions can lose this game. Defensively, they look much improved. Everybody can say what you want. You held the Super Bowl champs to 20 points, and everybody can say they didn't have Kelsey. I'm not putting an asterisk on it, because guess what? In the first half, Noah Gray played exactly the same role that Kelsey played in that offense. We adjusted, and we overcame it.
And I think it was Dom. Was it you, Dom, who said neither team had Kelsey? So it was even. Someone said that, and I laughed.
Jeremy, did you pick this as a win?
Yes.
Like in the preseason?
Yeah.
The tight end for the
I did not, but I did pick KC.
Didn't the Lions at tight end have a pretty good game last week?
Sam
did.
Laporta had a decent game. He was one of our highest rated offensive players, as well as Gibbs, as well as Monty, as well as Goff, as well as Amon-Ra St. Brown, as well as everybody on the O-line.
I loved the Monty touchdown run. He ran hard and like he just really wanted it. That was awesome.
Wasn't it an 11-yard run?
Something like that. Yeah, he ran right through like it was
He
up the
already
gut.
won me over because he was able to do it from the red zone, but past 10 yards.
Yes.
And Jeremy and I were like, we want to see Antoine. What is it? Antoine Green. Antoine Green get touches this week.
We want to.
How
How
many more weeks?
MJJ.
How many more weeks until Monty and Gibbs are literally fist fighting for touches?
Probably 3.
And then Goff's like, "Hey, can I throw a pass?"
Does Marvin Jones actually catch the ball this week?
Hatter's House 710 says serious prediction is Lions 27, Seahawks 17. I'm going to scale it back because it looks like we're running and controlling the clock more, which is dominating the time of possession. And we haven't been busting off, other than the 17-yard run, we're not busting off 20 and 50-yard runs like we did with Swift. And we even got a 50-yard run at one point out of Jamal Williams I forgot about. But that being said, I think it's going to be lower scoring than everybody predicts. I think our offense is fine. Don't get me wrong. We're going to still be up there in yardage this year, but we're not going to be up there in scoring. I think we're going to be middle of the pack in scoring. And that's fine as long as the defense is holding people to 20 points or less.
How about we just start with 27?
That's what I was thinking. 24, 27.
One win versus Casey, and here we go, building them up. Nobody has the Lions at winning 5 games beginning of the season. Bull crap. Everybody in this thing had said anywhere from 10 to 13 wins.
Exactly.
13.
I've been back and forth on 10 and 7, 11 and 6 all off season going into this year.
But when I narrowed it down to a number, I said 11 and 6 the whole time. Ask Dom, ask Dan, ask Jordan.
If we get to 11, then we are +1 in because Lions.
Yep.
Angry Denver guy. I'm trying to figure out who that is.
Shit, every Broncos fan alive.
They're still mad they traded for that. Green Bay turned down the trade, and they had to settle for Wilson.
They traded 95% of their draft capital for the next 30 years for Russell Wilson, and then the remaining 5 for Sean Payton.
I was about to say Russell Wilson didn't look that much better on Sunday.
Did Denver win
to the Raiders?
No,
did Denver
Raiders won.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Raiders did win.
17-16.
I think it was 16-15, or maybe you're right.
17-16.
The 16-15 was the Saints and the Titans.
Yep.
PC's is number 1. +1 over expectation. Yes and no.
No, because some of us had us winning ever since the schedule came out. Especially when I heard it was the ring ceremony, I said they're going to come out flat. And I didn't care who was on the roster.
The main reason I picked us to win is because Lions. I was like, week 1, defending Super Bowl champs on the road. Of course we're winning that game. There was never a doubt in my mind.
Yeah, Atlanta did not look very good, but they still won.
Yep.
Ran the ball.
Yep.
Well, that's it. We've done all the pick'ems. We went over the biggest news, which were the couple of major injuries to teams. Carolina lost J.C. Horn for up to 8 weeks. And, of course, the Jets losing Aaron Rodgers for the season. That took them from people were predicting them to be between 9 and 12 wins to now they'll be lucky to be at 8 or 9 wins.
Unless they play Josh Allen every week.
I think we're going to see Jahmyr Gibbs a little more at wide receiver and a lot less of Marvin Jones Jr.
I was gonna say Marvin Jones needs to catch the ball.
Marvin Jones was looking so bad, I don't think he'd have caught COVID in Wuhan, China at the breakout.
What the hell?
But we all agreed
Man.
we weren't counting on Marvin for production.
Is Broderick Martin active this week? Do you think he is? Or?
He better be.
There was a couple people that took Raiders over the Bills. I didn't. I think this is where they have a bounce back game.
I do too.
If the Raiders beat the Bills, it's panic time in Buffalo.
That's what I said.
But yeah, what happened to Broderick Martin? Why? How come he ain't playing?
Broderick Martin was held out because he's more of a run stuffer right now because he hasn't learned the initial. He doesn't have the good enough bend or the hand pop to be effective pass rushing yet. All he has is a bull rush, so he's better off in run stopping. Which in this game, I have the feeling he'll be active. He was just a healthy scratch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same with Isaiah
Okay.
Buggs. Both those guys are better run stuffers, so I have the feeling we'll see them this week, especially with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet coming into town.
Yep.
The guy you probably won't see as much of is Levi. Because Levi did not do good in the run stopping. He did good in the pass rush part of D tackle.
He also pulled up lame. It wasn't his back. I think he cramped or something in that KC game. But
Yeah,
yeah.
he had a cramp, but he came back in the game.
Okay.
What's the white guy that plays inside? What's his name again? I thought he played good.
Kaminsky?
Kaminsky. Yeah, he's good.
And
He'll be there. He's good both in run and pass rushing.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good.
And it goes back to last season. He was healthy for the Washington game. Hutch had 3 sacks. He disappeared, didn't come back till that week 9 game, and lo and behold, we started winning.
Yeah. Great to say, but Minsky was a key part of our defense last year.
And they're going to keep him in the rotation unless it's just unless we're going up against some dog water offensive line.
Yep.
That being said, this has been Kneecap Biting with the Detroit Lions. I am Smoking Jeremy B. It's been a great night. Anybody got any parting shots, Will?
Let's enjoy a great week of football. I'll be working.
Jordan?
The Bears and the Giants are playing the Tulip Bowl next week.
Oh, that's the game next week?
No, I don't know. I said it should be.
Dom?
I hope that I'm wrong about K9 stomping a mud hole in us.
Big Dan?
I'm really excited to be going to opening day this Sunday. I'm anxious for it. And
Dan?
yeah.
I didn't get my email yet, so I don't know if I'm going, so that's for you.
you could still come to the tailgate, though. Just saying.
Yeah, it's rough on me. But anyways, chicken nugget.
Well, there just might be a nugget sighting at Ford Field, if you didn't know.
I know, you got season tickets.
Yeah, and Dan, just for the record, hold on to your tampons. I might see you, buddy.
I'm gonna be looking for you.
I'm gonna be looking for you too, man.
Lot one for the tailgate.
I'm gonna go back to my oldest sponsor statement that I used to say at the beginning of every show. This show has been brought to you by FTP, and no, it's not the Florists. It's fuck the Packers.
Yep.
That being said, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. Thank you to DC, Chris Smith, Chicken Nugget, Big Dan, Dom, Jordan, and Will for joining Smoking Jeremy B, talking football, talking the weekly Pick Ems. Last week I was 9-7. Not bad. I counted high as a loss.
11-5 if we're here.
Well, it's gonna be a great weekend of football. It's gonna be a great time talking football with you guys. And hey,
long, baby.
Let's get it, bros. Let's get it.
Let's
Who's
go.
gonna barely beat?
Tune in Friday. I'm going to go over what I think will be the inactives and everything else, and we'll do a little pre-gaming Lions talk, talking about Seattle coming into town. Have a great weekend, great week, and I'll see you Friday.